Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And with me today is the fabulous, the one, the only, the legendary Rayceen Pendarvis. Hey, Rayceen.
Hey everybody, greetings and salutations to all.
Such a pleasure being here with you. And of course, even a big pleasure with us is Kathy from the League of Women Voters DC. Hello, Kathy. Welcome.
Hello. This is really going to be a fun visit. It's we have two hard acts to follow with Krylios and Rayceen, but we'll give it the best shot.
Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. Well, it is great to have you here with us today, Kathy. And for our viewers who are not aware of the League of Women Voters DC, please give us some background on the organization and the work you do.
Thank you. Well, we are soon to be 102 years old on Valentine's Day. Our organization will hit that mark. And we have been in the business of empowering voters and defending democracy for that entire time. We were born out of the suffrage movement, but as you know, DC women and others did not have full rights at that time. So we're still working on it. We are staunchly nonpartisan, never taking a position on a candidate or a party, but making sure that every voter gets to the polls with the confidence and knowledge to cast their vote.
And that is so important. And what are some of the latest things that the League of Women Voters DC have been involved with, especially with recent elections gone, new elections coming up? What are some of the more recent things that the League has been involved with?
Well, one of the most fun projects we've ever attempted has been our quilts for DC statehood. We've been working on statehood, of course, for the 102 years. In fact, when we first started, we called ourselves the League of Voteless Women. But one of our members took on the idea of a challenge to quilters, and I don't remember the number of quilters in this country, but it's huge, and it's huge business. And they established a challenge to make a quilt to support DC statehood. And we have over 51 quilts from across the country. It's fabulous. They are available online on our website, lwvdc.org, and you follow the links and you'll come to the quilt exhibit, the virtual exhibit, and they will be on real exhibit this summer at Arena Stage during their production of American Prophet, a new play about Frederick Douglass. We've also been invited to show the quilts at Dumbarton Church. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact date, but follow us on Twitter at LWVDC, and you'll be updated on all the latest information where you can see the quilts in for real, in person.
How about that? And that's so wonderful. I think that's such an amazing project. And for many of us who we know the importance of why voting matters, but for a certain group or a certain small population, and today, feel like, why does their vote matter? Why is voting so important?
Well, there are examples of elections where people have won with a very small percentage of the vote. There was one example in Alaska, I think, where it came down to a vote, and one vote. And even here in DC, an ANC seat, a single member district seat in our advisory neighborhood commission was determined by a coin toss because it was a tie. So every vote really does impact the outcome. And we've seen over the last few years what a difference it can make with the officials that we elect, whether it's on the national level or the local level. We've been busy implementing Restore the Vote, the legislation that our DC Council passed that gives the franchise to currently incarcerated felons, both in our Department of Corrections here in DC and in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So reaching our folks who are in the federal system is really challenging. Since we're not a state, we don't have a federal prison, right?
Mhm.
So our people are scattered. I think it's in 35 states of 40 different facilities. So we have instituted a phone line where inside folks can call during, for now it's limited hours until we have enough trained volunteers to have it on full time. But for now they can reach us and ask questions about filling out the voter registration form, when is their ballot coming, questions about the ballot. And we will also be able to give candidate information using the League's nonpartisan voter guide, vote411.org. So we're very excited about this phone line. We're working, I'll say working, to make sure the line is free for people to use. We will collect calls from folks in the Bureau of Prisons, and that it will not count against the allotted minute, so that voting is accessible to every DC voter, regardless of where they're putting their head down to go to sleep.
And that's so important. I mean, it's so important when returning citizens come back into society, and many of them have served their time or currently serving their time. And for such a long time, for such a large population of people who haven't been able to vote. And it's so unfair for those. You've served your time, you've done what you're supposed to do, and you should, as now a full citizen, obtain that right to vote. And I think I applaud the nation's capital for being the forefronter, being the, being the catalyst to allowing our citizens and currently incarcerated citizens being able to vote. That is such a big, big plus in so many levels.
Yeah. In fact, only Vermont and Maine and Puerto Rico are the 3 other jurisdictions that allow currently incarcerated to vote. So we are very fortunate. DC is very pro-voter. And that's it. We really are setting an example. People are watching us around the country of how Restore the Vote is being implemented. So we're very proud of that and have every reason to be.
Oh, really, really great work to be proud of. And how can people support the work that the League of Women Voters DC is doing right now?
Thanks for that question. We're entirely volunteer. So any and all help is welcome. You can join the League. The dues support our work on and support the app of vote411.org, which is a fantastic service, both online and on the phone. You just plug in your address, any address in the US, and all the voting information that you need comes up.
So all that information can be found at lwvdc.org, and you can join the League and find out what is coming up on the calendar and be a part of it. Meetings are still virtual, so it's just an easy Zoom link. Join the League. Thank you so much. Okay, awesome. Kathy, it has been such a pleasure getting to chat with you today, learning more about the League of Women Voters and, why it's important to vote. That is so important. So thank you for all the work that you're doing in our community, and Statehood for DC, come through.
We hope so. Well, thank you for the work you do in our community too. Your outreach is fantastic, and we really appreciate the community service that Rayceen Production does. So thank you.
Thank you so much. To all of our viewers, the links will be in the description. And finally, make sure that you follow Team Rayceen Productions on all forms of social media. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye.